together, His word that will last forever. We grow together as a family, worship the God of eternity.
Go Kids, yeah! Go Kids, yeah! Go Kids Asia! Go Kids, yeah! Go Kids, yeah! Go Kids Asia! Go Kids!
You are powerful and mighty, the maker of the land and sea. What's impossible for me? For you, my God, is easy. The great fish, winds and waves obey. From you I cannot run away. So to the world I will proclaim and praise your mighty name. La 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 la. You are powerful and mighty, the maker of the land and sea. What's impossible for me? For you, my God, is easy. The great fish, winds and waves obey. From you I cannot run away. So to the world I will proclaim and praise your mighty name. La 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 la.
Joshua had died. Without a strong leader, the Israelites began to disobey God and worship false gods. They forgot about the one true God. God was angry. He let the king of Moab, the king of their enemy, take over the Israelites. This king named EGLON. He was a very fat man. They served the king for 18 years. Then the Israelites remembered how good they had it when they loved and obeyed God. They cried out to him, "Lord, please save us. Help us, oh God." God sent a man to save them. That man was EHUD. He was left-handed. He was the son of Gera from the people of Benjamin. Israel sent EHUD to give King Eglon the payment he demanded. EHUD made a sword for himself. The sword had 2 edges and was about 18 inches long. He tied the sword to his right upper leg under his clothes. So he came to King Eglon and gave him the payment he demanded. After he had given Eglon the payment, Ehud sent home the men who had carried it. When he passed the statues near the city Gilgal, he turned around. Ehud said to Eglon,
"I have a secret message for you, King Eglon. Be quiet and leave us."
Then he sent all his servants out of the room. Ehud went to King Eglon. Eglon was now sitting alone in the room on top of his summer palace.
"I have a message from God for you."
As the king stood up from his chair, Ehud reached with his left hand. He took out the sword that was tied on his right upper leg. Then he stabbed the sword deep into the king's belly. Sword went into Eglon's belly so far that even the handle sank in, and the blade came out his back. The king's fat covered the whole sword, so Ehud left the sword in Eglon. He went out of the room and closed and locked the doors behind him. After he had gone, the servants came and found the door of the upper room locked. Must be relieving himself in the inner room of the palace. They waited to the point of embarrassment. But when he did not open the doors of the room, they took a key and unlocked them. There they saw the king fallen to the floor dead. While the servants were waiting, Ehud had escaped. He passed by the statues and went to Sarah. When he arrived there, he blew a trumpet in the mountains of Ephraim. The people of Israel heard it and went down from the hills with Ehud leading them.
Follow me! The Lord has helped us to defeat our enemies, the people of Moab!
So Israel followed Ehud. They took control of the places where the Jordan River could easily be crossed. Israel did not allow the Moabites to come across the Jordan River. Israel killed about 10,000 strong and able men from Moab. Not one Moabite man escaped. So that day, Moab was forced to be under the rule of Israel. And there was peace in the land for 80 years. After Ehud, another man saved Israel. His name was Shamgar, son of Anath. Shamgar killed 600 Philistines with a sharp stick used to guide oxen. The Israelites were captives to Moab for 18 years. God sent Ehud to deliver them. Just like the story of Jesus, God sent a true deliverer, Jesus, his own son, to save people from sin and from the lake of fire forever. He showed his love for you through giving his life. He died on the cross, was buried, raised on the third day, and promised to be with him someday those who trusted and believed in him. He wanted to be the king of his people. Being a child of God is the most wonderful thing in all the world. Do you think God can use you in his plan for saving people? What are some ways he can use you? God chose to use people to tell others about Jesus and to direct them to God's Word. God can use what we say and do to point others to Jesus. Share Jesus to your friends and loved ones because they need Jesus also.